topics. Single family zoning strikes terror in the hearts of residents whenever they hear the term. It feels to me that we really bandied this term around in a misleading and often deceitful way. Isn't it more true that when we're not talking about abolishing single family homes, we're talking about making it easier to build multifamily homes? And I'll go to you, Councilor Sangiolo, first.
Sure, yeah, it's kind of like branding, right? It's just like, defund the police, right? Are we really talking about police reform, right? So I didn't come up with the term of eliminating single family zoning. That was, born either out of the planning department or the city council at the time. Should we have more multifamily zones? We should definitely explore that. Where that goes needs to be carefully talked about. But I'm not ready. Like I said, I don't believe in upzoning throughout the city. I don't believe in getting rid of our single family zoning at least the ones that we have now. And I'll tell you why, because we already have the ability to increase density in our single family zones by having accessible dwelling units. And those are by right. People in single family zones can do that. And I think the problem is not enough people are moving in that direction because I don't think that there's enough robust education about the program. And again, I think more assistance needs to be provided to residents for permitting of that and walking through. Maybe we need also to subsidize and incentivize folks to take up that opportunity to create these accessible dwelling units in our single family zones. I would be in favor of those detached garages that are already in existence to also be permitted for accessory dwelling units. I think that can be done either by right or administratively under an administrative review, as opposed to having to go for a special permit. Again, these tools are already available.
Mayor Fuller, how do we get the zoning conversation, the public to focus on the zoning conversation that's really before us, as opposed to one that people are fearful of?
I actually think you framed it very well, Greg. The idea of eliminating single family zoning is not at all on the table. It's not expected to be on the table. That's because we have such unique and special neighborhoods that you would never want to, across the board, eliminate single family zoning. The converse of that is equally true, though. I think we do want to look and see where we might want to add by right the ability to have two families, and those will be targeted areas that make sense, probably close to villages that have mass transit. And I think that's the important conversation that's ahead. We're focusing right now on our core villages, core commercial centers in the zoning redesign, and I'm very excited about that. The accessory dwelling units, it's great. While both Amy and I were city councilors, we moved forward on that. I think we were both proponents of that. I know we were both. And I think what some important work is it's not being used as much as I think could help families here in Newton and residents. So I do want to spend some time in the next year looking at that again. Do we need to tweak the ordinance a bit? Do we need to get the word out more? Are there permitting issues that are getting in the way? I think those are very compatible with our neighborhoods and help people live here.
Councilor Sangiolo, really quickly, and I want to move on. We've got a number of other topics to get to. Did you have something you wanted to add?
Yeah, just the problem, Ruthann, is that eliminating single family zonings is not off the table. In fact, I believe it was tabled until after the election or until next year. And the other issue that I have to push back on you is that you keep using the phrase special and unique neighborhoods that we seem to want to protect. Well, everyone thinks their neighborhoods are special and unique, and trying to figure out whose neighborhoods can have more density is just, It's not an easy task. And like I said, there are all, or maybe I didn't say, but there are already multifamily zones that we have here throughout the city. And what we're seeing now are the tear downs and replacements of these modestly sized homes to luxury units. And that's not making the city affordable. And that's what drives the biggest distrust in the city about eliminating single family zones and doing that trickle down housing theory. Thank you.
I think I just want to be really clear. I think I can speak for myself. I'll let somebody like Councilor Deb Crossley speak for herself, or City Council President Susan Albright speak for themselves. But I know no one is suggesting that we eliminate single family zoning in the city. And I don't know anyone who is supporting that. Period.
I want to move on, although